Hey there, Sovereigns. Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here. Today's content is how to stop interference from others in your twin soul's life. So this is for if you feel like your twin soul's family or friends is interfering in your relationship. And this is something that twin souls experience almost all the time on the journey. You don't have to, but you probably are experiencing it because it's a wounding, very common wounding that we all have. And you could be experiencing this in any relationship. It doesn't have to be a twin soul relationship. So what you need to know about this is that through the law of attraction, know that it's impossible for anyone to interfere in your relationship with your twin soul, or really your relationship with anybody. So nobody and nothing outside of you can get in between you and yourself, because remember that your twin soul is you. So the people who are in their life are a reflection of a choice they're making within themselves, which means that it's a reflection of a choice you are also making within yourself. And on your end, it's just that same choice is manifesting in a different way, most likely. So what can you do about this, and how can you, all of this is great, but how do you stop that interference in the physical? So the first thing, the main thing is to make peace with the people who are in their life. So a lot of people think that you can manifest away somebody that your twin has chosen. So for example, it could be like a spouse, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, and people think like, oh, let me just manifest away that person from their life. You can't really do that though, because you can't create in another's reality. You could manifest that person out of your reality very easily, actually. You can't manifest that person out of your twin's reality though, because that's just, you can't manifest in other people's lives. But what you can do, if you want to see this person disappear, you can basically make peace with that person. So what happens when you make peace? It changes the behavior and relationship between them and you. And then this is going to change the behavior and relationship between them and your twin. So I'm trying to think of a good example of this. Basically, if you, it's basically just a lesson in acceptance. So you would basically want to accept that this person's in your twin soul's life. If you're feeling jealous of this person in any way, could be a partner to your twin, or it could also just be somebody who has some sort of control or influence over them. And that's really the root of this, is that you believe that somebody else has more influence over your twin than you do, or you believe that they want to be with somebody else more than they want to be with you. And this can be true whether it's another partner or even whether it's a friend, like a friend of theirs or a family member of theirs. Like, let's say their mom is, kind of a burden on your relationship. You can feel like they're choosing their mom over you, or like their mom has more influence over them than you do. And that's really your issue, is that you don't trust them to make their own choices, and you don't trust that whatever you're attributing something that's inside your twin soul to something that's outside of them. So if let's say for example, they are choosing this really annoying and obnoxious friend who is like a totally bad influence on them. So, but they are choosing that person. And if you're blaming that person for the interference, what you're really saying is that my twin soul doesn't have autonomy. and you're rejecting the idea that whatever that person represents to you is attractive to your twin soul, which is attractive to you, by the law of attraction, basically. So that's kind of the root of all of this. No matter what the situation is, it's that you and your twin soul have attracted this person to help you bring up a pattern that exists between the two of you. And so that pattern is being brought up on purpose for your healing, not for your detriment. So that's another reason to make peace with this person or with these people, because they're there to teach you something, to show you something, to reveal a lesson to you so that you can get into deeper harmony with your twin soul. So as you make peace with that person, as you recognize the lessons that they're there to teach you, as you heal those lessons, as you learn those lessons, basically, that is going to change the behavior between you and them. It's also going to change the relationship that your twin soul has to them, in the sense that as you do your healing, your twin soul is also doing that same healing, and then they release the pattern that was keeping them in that physical connection with this person. So it changes the person. So either that person starts relating differently to your twin soul, or that person falls out of your twin soul's reality, in that your twin will release them because you guys are both just doing your healing work. Neither of you can release this person out of anger or frustration. So you have to release every person, every situation, and I'm talking major, not minor. You have to release every major person and every major situation out of love. You can't release it out of anger or frustration, or you will just attract that person back, or you will attract a new person that does the same thing. Like you'll attract another version of this person somewhere down the line until you recognize and learn the lesson that person is trying to show you. So you have to release this person completely from a place of love, of like, this isn't a good fit. This isn't what I want anymore. I've grown, I've changed. I'm not going to put up with that behavior anymore. And that can only come from you doing your inner work, which has your twin soul doing the same inner work, which then allows that twin soul to release them. If you reject that person, then you are rejecting a part of yourself that's attracted to that person. Does that make sense? Because your twin soul is you, basically. So your twin soul's choosing them, so you are also choosing them on some level. All right, so the one thing that I think could be an exception to this, it's not really, I don't know if exception is the right word, but I will say that sometimes ideally nobody is interfering in your relationship with you and your twin soul. And if they are, then it is probably to show you a lesson. The other thing that can happen though is, if this person is soul family, and that's like a whole different thing, but basically a soul family member would be like your twin soul, but without the romance, is how I think of soul family. So sometimes with soul family, if they are interfering, quote unquote, in your relationship with your twin soul, it's probably for your highest good. And so you have to really discern that for yourself. But I just wanted to bring this up and add this to this, because not every single interference is bad. Your soul family is really there to help you get into union, and they are tools for God or the universe or whoever to use to help the two of you get into union. So most of the time, the people that are interfering in the relationship are there to not to keep you apart, but are there to, well, they're either there to keep you apart if your connection is going to go haywire if you're in contact, or they're there to show you the lesson. So they're there to help you grow. And then in the case of your soul family, sometimes they are there as a tool to help, like, actually aid you into union in a different way, and it's a more positive way, and you can discern that. So first of all, is this person your soul family? That's like kind of the first question you ask. And then if so, their interference is actually pretty safe. So I have a soul sister who, sometimes I'll talk to her twin, not on her behalf, but like I'll just like talk to him for whatever. And that kind of interference is okay, because it actually, and like every time I do it, it actually like helps them get into union, because we are soul family. So my interference is safe, and I rarely get involved to begin with, but it's a safe interference because it's God and the universe trying to intervene for them. So that's happened a couple times, so that's why I mention it. So it's only soul family where that's safe with. Otherwise, if somebody's interfering, it's not that they're a bad person. It's really just that they're trying to show you something or teach you a lesson. So I hope this was helpful to you. You can definitely check out my new and upcoming book that is about this. It's about the twin soul dynamics. And it's going to be, it's probably going to be in a book about inner union. So it's going to be in a book that is essentially masculine versus feminine. So I'll talk about that more on my channels as my pre-orders go up and as those go out. But the update on my books is that I'm breaking Your Twin Soul Journey, the book, up into multiple books because it was just getting really long and unruly. So being able to break it up into multiple books allows me to go deeper into each concept. And then you'll be able to kind of pick and choose based on what you need. So you don't have to read like a whole entire like 400 or 500 page book about twin souls to get like the little piece that you need. And you can read all the books still, but this will allow you to it will allow me to go deeper into many of the topics, and it will allow you to kind of pick and choose what's most valuable to you. So that's coming out shortly, and definitely just keep in touch with me. Stay connected through my YouTube channel, cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube, my blog, cardreadingqueen.com/blog, or my podcast, Your Twin Soul Journey, which you can find on really any outlet. So like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, a couple other places. You can find them anywhere where you would find a podcast, basically. I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Have a beautiful and blessed day.